Hello everybody, welcome, my name is Ursa Ryan. Now recently on the channel we've done quite a few fun things. We've made some giant cities, I've done a lot of taking people's cities, I've done a lot of not building builders. But I fancied something today that was a little bit more, I built it myself. Something more expansive, something more Phoenician. Phoenicia, one of my favourite civs in the game. I have loaded up a doozy of a map that you two can play along. Just come along to the Ursa Ryan Discord where the save file is waiting for you. All packaged, wrapped up, lovely. Copy and paste it onto your computer box and we can just get started immediately. It's a wonderful thing. For all of you old schoolers, today I'm playing on Deity ++. I found, and I don't mean to brag, yes, I found Deity quite easy the last few times I've played it, so we're cranking it back up to level 10, 2 levels higher than Deity, all the way to ++. It's good fun. It's standard speed. I've got a few game modes on: Barbarian Clans, Heroes and Legends, Monopolies and Corporations, Secret Societies. So we should see the AI doing really well in this game. I have fix AI corporations on. That's just a little bit of help that stops the AI from getting stuck with the Monopolies and Corporations mode, so they should improve their own luxuries, hopefully. I'm also back with the Bears Governor Overhaul mod, a wonderful thing that replaces all of the regular governors with a whole host of other Civ 5-esque choices that you can make. I love them, you love them, and today our goal is simple. I want a big empire. A very big empire. We're going to be making a lot of cities, I'm going to be doing a lot of trade, but I may even get a little bit Ursa cheeky with my neighbours. Who's to say? So sit back, relax, think about all that overtime you could be doing at work. If you did that overtime, maybe you get paid more. Maybe you'd be able to afford that holiday, that tasty treat, that thing you were going to buy. No, don't do it. It's pointless. Watch this. Spend your entire evening watching us around. It's the only thing to do. Let's get started. And now, for an important update. Having been expelled from Oxford University, Ursa Bear had met a man named Paul. Oh dear. Luckily for Ursa Bear, he had amassed 40,000 subscriptions. These beautiful little signatures attracted the attention of none other than Gilgabro. Scared off by the Majesty, Paul retreated and left Ursa Bear to his way. Searching for new subscriptions, Ursa Bear travelled to the coast, where lo and behold, it looked like more people for subscriptions. Alas, it was not to be. Ursa Bear, our sweet, innocent bear, is now trapped, harassed by giant crabs. Will you save Ursa Bear from crabs? Will you help Ursa towards his goal? Thank you so much. Back to the video. Turn 1, and we have a rather weird start. Firstly, very little housing. This is all coastal. Being honest with you, it's a very typical archipelago map. I didn't actually tell you this bit. 8 players, all settings are exactly the same as usual, apart from balanced start position and low sea level. I tend to find it gives a lot more interesting islands on low sea level. But look at that, no fresh water. That's actually quite good. That means that we can settle pretty much wherever we want. It also means that I know this is a coastline, so we have a few things to consider. Lots of rainforest, a little bit of stone, a little bit of marsh, 2 sources of cocoa. Now that's a good luxury along with the whales. Specifically because of industries and corporations later into the game, whales allow us to get 30% production on military units and cocoa, 20% growth and 3 housing. Those are really good. I was sort of hoping for civilian units, furs, olives. Not many that do those, but that could be something very fun later into the game for settler production, so we'll keep an eye for all of that. To me, it seems like we can settle on top of a luxury. That would immediately trigger it. It would give us a beautiful +3 gold on the city centre. None of these tiles are really going to do much for the city centre other than the resources under them. So for instance, the maize would put 2 gold under my city centre. I don't think the stone would do anything because that's plains. No, it's grassland, sorry. It's the food one. It's the grassland one. So that wouldn't really make a difference. I use my warrior to uncover this tile, and that changes things because that is a reef and it's also turtles. So already I'm considering a setup that looks a little bit like this. +3 Cothon, nice +2 camper, something I could work from here. The only problem with this setup is if, for instance, I were to settle, say, on this, then later into the game there is a chance that I could go for the double canal. Plus it seemingly has more land around it. There's only a few land tiles around that my capital can use here. Enough, but only a few. I'm not going to go for the ambitious canal settle this time. I want to make sure my capital is fairly decent, I should say, and putting it there means that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 luxuries all within range, including a corporation into coca. That would be an amazing industry for a Pingala capital. Later into the game that could be fun. Let's do this. And we have the city of Tyre. It's entirely wonderful. My warrior is going to go and explore, and I would like to get out to sea to explore as well. So I'm going to unlock sailing. That'll unlock the Byrene 15. 2 of those unlocks me the boost on shipbuilding. Improved 2 sea resources, which I've actually got around me as well, will improve celestial navigation. And later into the game, one of the first governors I can take is the Harbour Master. Now, if you've never played with this overhaul mod before, you will, well, be pleased to find out that every single one of these facets is a different part of your empire. And all of these bonuses generally are empire-wide. For instance, in Architect, I could pick up the Urban Zoning promotion. That's 10% production towards districts and 15% production towards districts and cities without a specialty district. That's amazing to start a city out without any districts. So you put a settler down, and Architect means you can get that first Cothon done really quickly. Every single one of these options has a finisher. So if you get all the promotions, it does something. But they all have adopter bonuses. So for instance, the Educator immediately grants me 2 random Eurekas. The Harbour Master gives me the Eurekas for celestial navigation and shipbuilding. All completes them if already triggered. We've played this before, and I know that if I get 2 2 sea resources and 2 biremes out, we can get both of those boosts and we can get both of those techs immediately. It's really fun. Because I'm going to be scouting with boats, I'm going to focus on an early game builder to then go and work the turtles and the whales. We'll use this warrior to scout and we'll go with the boats after. It's a plan that can't possibly fail. A tribal village. Delicious. What's in this village? Oh, sugar. Oh, Hattusa. And we've got first meat. Oh, that combined with the science from my reef, that is a really good amount of science. And already we found owls. I don't know what secret society I want to go for just yet, so we're going to ignore them for now. It's too early to go for the Harbour Master. I'm trying to think of what I could go for. Pioneer is quite fun. This is all about settling. New cities start with extra population, extra production towards settlers. 2 food in every city, growth rate in every city. We've played with this one before and it's a really good start because it does give 2 population in my capital upon recruitment. Architect would also give me a 3 builder. So that really helps at the moment. 2-3 melee units if I were to get the general. That would be 2-3 warriors. That would be relatively fun. The ambassador is interesting. 2-3 envoys when recruited. I could immediately get Hattusa. You know what? I'm going to do that. Hattusa does give me more strategics later into the game. You know what? Let's do this. Ambassador. Make your way over to Hattusa. The ambassador takes 7 turns to establish, but otherwise works as Armani. I can go 1, 2, and boom. Gets me a score from that. We have discovered Mulan and Hong Kong. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, in that case, reassign immediately, and we'll go and suzerain Hong Kong as well. More cocoa, more whales. It looks like there's some lots of sugar around here, spices, and a really, really interesting set of areas as well. That is interesting. More tribal villages. Again, Hattusa's doing the usual city-state joyous thing of standing on the tile. The only tile that I need. Please let me through. Please move. Thank you. What are you going to give me? Void Singers and something. Did anyone see what that gave? Oh, a scout. A scout. Okay, I'll send you the other direction, man. Your 3 recon unit is pretty handy. Another tribal village, this time down to my south. Let's see what the scout makes of this one. Hippolyta, very handy. And the astrology boost. That is a terrible one to get, purely because it's one you're going to get at some point, because you're going to find a natural wonder, right? It's going to happen. There is sailing. When my builder arrives, I'll be able to just pop them out, improve the turtles, and hey presto, all will be well. So we just need to build 2 biremes. Otherwise, I'm free to tech up in whatever way I would like. I think finding animal husbandry will be really good because Hattusa will start giving me horses before I even improve them, which is pretty handy. And my scout is going to focus on just exploring the other side of this little peninsula of some kind. Look, what did I say? Cliffs of Dover. I would have got that boost anyway. Hello, Japan. Honored to meet you. Yes, I'd love to sample your hospitality. There's the Hermetic Order. And where are they? They are directly to my north. Interesting. That's way of exploring. It seems to be blocked by a tribal, well, a barbarian encampment. That's okay. We won't judge too hard on that one. Do I sell my cocoa? Yes, I do. Look at that. 16 gold per turn and 136 up front. This is why you always sell early game luxuries. That turbocharges my economy. And I can get a settler out really quickly. This is going to be a big mistake because trying to get my warrior out of this peninsula with all of Hattusa's warriors running around, that's going to prove very tricky, but we'll give it a go. Arthur. Okay, there is a play here. There is a play. We found this in our recent Germany game. It's called Get a Monument, Get Arthur, Levy Hattusa for 280 gold, and send them all over to Japan to quickly destroy them. They've only got 1 city with 1 population. We play a mode on Deity ++ where their AI has no starting bonuses at all. No warriors, no settlers. Makes the start a little bit more gentle, but to compensate for that, they get huge late game bonuses. I think the AI is getting over 100% of pretty much every guild. I'd have to look it up specifically, but it's huge. By turn 150, the AI is just doing doing things, and it's crazy. How war-y do we want to go? Not particularly, because I'd lose all my diplomatic favor, and I've done that strategy recently. It's really, really good fun. The old Arthur charge. We'll try doing something different for a little bit. There's my first fishing boat. There's the source of turtle, and as you can see, Japan really wants it, but they can't afford it. You can look, but you can't touch. I'm thinking settling on this tile would be really handy because it would act as a peninsula, and at the moment, a way across the peninsula. I don't know how large this peninsula is at the moment. It might not be huge, but this could be a really handy passage for my boats. Then I think settling on the sugar just to take this area up, and then possibly going to settle up here depending on what Japan does. I'm going to put a monument down first because I want the culture, and I want to just make sure I get maritime industries first. Builds boats at double speed. I don't want to waste production, and the monument is a good way of just using production at its usual value. Let's now look at the horses. There is a source of horse right next to my capital. I thought that might happen. Metusa is now giving me horses, and let's buy the settler. What's in this tribal village? A builder, another builder. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, we're not going to have a problem then with early game improvements at the very least. Let's pick up pottery, means we can get a granary down, and that'll just put a little bit more housing in my capital. That would be quite nice. And look, that's how far my boats would have to go around. I think a little canal city there is a really good idea if I don't say so myself. Code of laws. Give me God King. I want to feel special, like a monarch that's also a god. Discipline will help as well. My warrior did get through the peninsula. That's unexpected, but beautiful. And here is my other source of whales, and celestial navigation has been boosted. That is one half of this little equation. We just need 2 boats now. Time for foreign trade. I'm hoping I'll find another continent by myself, but we may find that a little tricky. Oh, nope, there's a Barb clan here now. We'll go find that. I could just buy 2 galleys. 150, that's so 310 gold. It's possible, especially if Japan gets a little bit more money and gives it all to me, which they might. City number 2. Trying to take this whole peninsula on would be really tricky. Just trying to go at it frontways. Why don't we try and go side on through it? It's a joke that never gets old, and that you're just gonna have to trust me on. You really do. Okay, this Barb camp has just spawned a galley, which is no doubt going to pillage all of my boats that I've just built, but luckily I do have a spare builder just lurking around, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Craftsmanship boosted. I just need to find another continent. Please tell me, how am I going to do this? Yeah, look, here you go. Knew you were going to do that. Absolutely knew you were going to do that. Fine. Go on, pillage it. You know you want to. Yep, you douche. Okay, this is all the landmass I've got. Yeah, I need to settle as much of this island as I can before Japan gets their act together. There are some really, really good heroes here. Hercules is available, and I haven't gone Hercules in a little while. Now, he's not as important as usual because my unique harbors, well, they're really quick to build, but getting harbors down early is a really good source of gold. It's a really good source of era score. Hercules himself is a bit of a beast. Saying that, twins would be handy because I'd be able to convert a bunch of barbarians and make a pretty decent standing army. Arthur, we've already seen, is pretty helpful, and Hippolyta, well, later into the game, she can be used on aircraft, which is always something that's really, really fun to have. I'm pretty sure that the most effective strategy here is to go for Hercules, but I feel like doing something different just because I can. So we're gonna pick twins instead. Yeah, I know it's a weird strategy. I'm aware of that, but I like the idea of converting all of these barbarians that are just lurking around these encampments. We'll give it a good go. I think more troops at the moment will be worth more to me than anything else. Well, here you go. Japan is now ready to buy my whales, which I'm going to let them do. They're probably getting a pretty decent deal because they don't have much gold at the moment, but it means I can now afford 1 and then 2 galleys, which hasn't given me the upgrade to shipbuilding. Huh. Is it because the game coding has overridden this to be looking for biremes? I think that could have happened, or it's a thing with barbarian troops not counting, which sometimes it doesn't for things like city strength and all that stuff. I mean, who knows why that's happened, but we'll just have to accept it for now. All right, we'll just leave it. We're just gonna go, okay, at least I've got a bit of a navy, eh? At least I've got a bit of a navy. The twins, they have arrived already, and we're gonna go straight over to this barbarian encampment and deal with it in the best way we can. Actually, for the era score, I'm just gonna clear that camp. I don't think there's a way the twins are gonna get through all these units. I'm gonna send them over to this one instead and clear that. Japan really doesn't know whether it wants to like me or not. It likes the fact that I'm being friendly to city-states. It hates the fact I don't have much faith, but I have made peace. So here you go. I could have Arthur rushed Japan, but I'm going for the peaceful route. We're going to trade with them. We're going to be very Phoenician. As long as you're trading with me, you are of no threat to me. As long as you're not Roman, anyway. Okay, irrigation is now done. Let's pick up mining quickly. Pick up up another source of coca. That is a enemy quadrireme. I hate those things. Oh, is there any worse barbarian unit? I don't know. They're annoying. Ah, I have a monopoly on this resource already. Well, that's a decent start. Come along to Discord and take this save file. It should be a lot of fun. Luckily, there's only 21% luxury resource monopoly tourism modifier, and I'm not going to go for tourism today. So don't worry, I'm not going to be abusing the tourism modifier. We're going to be doing something a little different. Disperse the clan, 3 era score. I tell you what, as I discover the Sanguine Pact, I'm really hoping that we should, hopefully, be able to get a golden age right from the outset. That would be very handy if we could do that. Here's maritime industries. Okay, I'm going to lose out on a bit of barb combat here, but I'm building my bioremes quickly now. And unless I've counted this wrong, it should be the golden age. I should point out, I often count these things wrong. I really do. Oh, look, now you're going back here, are you? Yeah, you're not going to be able to protect this one with my boats chasing you down. Nope. Oh, more boats than I realized. And I've lost that +5 combat bonus, but I think I can just about beat them back. And I've just stolen this tribal encampment and dispersed it for a little bit of extra gold and a currency boost. Again, not a boost I really need. I must point that out. Let's unlock ironworking and then I'll start picking up horses as well from Hattusa. Oh, hello. That's no fun. Okay, first bireme has been built and I still don't have shipbuilding. Okay, let's spend another 4 turns getting this. I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, there's a galley just creeping around to tackle my turtles. Don't you do that. My turtles are off limits. Off limits, I say. Tell you what, Japan is not messing around. They're already up to 38 garrison strength and there's a settler. Keep an eye out and see what goes on. The bireme is a little stronger than the galley, which is handy, but again, barbarians are a bit tricky if you don't keep an eye on it all. I think that's the victory. Yes, it is. Right, we'll go back and heal my units now. And let's improve a stone. A quarry. Oh, these are all flatland stones, so my recent picture doesn't apply to any of this stuff. Oh, and I already have the masonry boost. Of course I already had the masonry boost. Getting so excited about being so efficient there. No, not going to happen. I have enough money now, exactly. Let's get a settler in. We'll go and work this sugar. Come on, give me the boost. Give me the boost. You know you want to give me the boost. Yeah, okay, so it had replaced galleys with bireme in the coding. That kind of makes sense. You know, I don't mind that. That's logical. I wish the coding said biremes or galleys. That would have been handier for my particular situation, but never mind. Great Bath has already been built. Intriguing. Looks like there's no land in this direction at the moment. Good to know. Japan seems to be faffing around with their settler. They still have one city. We've seen it pop into existence here. I wonder if it's the PAR thing. Hong Kong might be confusing them by leaving warriors on this little patch of land between the lakes. It could be happening there. City number 3, by the way. Already, sugar causing my city to grow unbelievably. Some would say worryingly plump. Where else do I want to settle? I'd quite like to work that sugar. There's a nice little natural bay here. So let's plonk a city on this tile and Cothon over there. That'll be the next one. And then, of course, we've got cities down here, but I just want to take up all the space that Japan's going for. Not that I'm a meanie, but I would rather have all of the space they could get to. I think that's a healthier approach to this. Bronze working. Did I get any iron? 2 results. Some there and some there. Doesn't matter. Hattusa is giving me all the iron I could ever want. Next up, I'm going to go for writing and then onto currency to get an industry down as soon as possible. I've got 2, if not 3, that I can work almost immediately. That would be 3 merchant points right from the outset, and I would love that. See whether that works out to be a useful thing. And here's an exciting thing. Now I've got early empire. I still haven't got my pantheon. That's annoying. But I now have a governor, so I can make that harbour master play that I was talking about. If we view the promotions, as soon as I get it, celestial navigation and shipbuilding will both be completed. And any naval unit I make in the city that the harbour master is in will start with a 3 promotion. That is a really handy set of boosts and abilities. I'm just making a trader in my capital, which I think I'm going to do. But yeah, you know what? Harbour master. Bam. Let's overshoot on era score massively. Let's put you in Sidon, because I've got plans for is Tyre likely to make the most boats for now? Probably. Let's put you in the capital for now. But there is celestial navigation and shipbuilding. Shipbuilding means that my settlers can now embark, and we can talk a little bit about Carthage's abilities, or Phoenician's abilities, because we haven't really spoken about these just yet. As long as we've completed a Cothon, one of my harbour buildings, I can move my capital. It's very expensive, but can lead to some shenanigans later in the game. We get a trade route capacity for each government plaza building and the district itself, and as the city that I build the government plaza in can make districts much faster. I'm tempted to wait on this one until I find another continent and then settle the city there. We'll see how that goes. We started with the writing technology because the Phoenician culture is supposedly one of the first, if not the first language to have ever invented the alphabet, or at least a form of writing, which I find quite interesting. There's the whole loyalty thing. As long as a city is on the coast and on the same continent as the capital, it's always loyal. And settlers gain 2 movement and 2 sight range when embarked, which is wonderful, and they can get on and off land with no movement cost. Biremes are a little faster than galleys and a little more powerful. You can't plunder a trader as long as they're within 4 tiles and on a water tile, but that's very specific to use. I've never really found a use for that one. And then there's the Cothon. I love this district. It's cheaper to build than a harbour. You get 50% bonus production towards all naval units and all settlers. That's crazy. And it heals naval units in the city borders for their full health. It's one of the best unique districts in the game. Let's start cranking these out as soon as we can. And finally, a pantheon. There are a lot of fun things that we can do. I want to focus this game on building the number of cities and making my cities that I found as useful as possible as quickly as possible. So I'm going to make a bit of a weird choice. I could go God of the Sea. God of the Sea would be really handy because I'm already working a lot of fishing boats and that would be worth 3 production. Culture on pastures, culture on plantations, faith on stone. These are all very, very good options. I'm not going to do any of those. I'm going to go for a weird one. City, patron, goddess. 25% production towards districts in a city without a specialty district. It means that I can go down, settle a city, and then build my half-price Cothon later into the game, boosted by, where is it, this card, which increases that speed by another 30%. And then I can also later get this card, which is 25% production towards harbour districts. And then, even better, later on I can get urban zoning, which is 10% towards districts and 15% towards, but yeah, basically we'll settle a city and it'll switch online as fast as possible. Look at this, 46 turns, 8 turns. We get the Pantheon, 38 turns and 7 turns. It's already taken a turn off. That card gets you, just more and more useful the later into the game you get. And look, already we find new land, more sources of land. We find people to trade with, places to settle. As we find new continents, we are discovering new heroes. Look at this. We were on Atlantica, and this is Kamari. Ooh, citrus though. That's delicious. I am really looking forward to put it carefully and accurately, settling everywhere. That's my plan. Just everywhere. As soon as you finish a Pantheon, take off God King. You don't need it anymore. An early game, as good as it is to go for builders or settlers or whatnot, I'd rather just go for straight production because bonuses or percentage bonuses on very little, well, it still is very little, just helps me to put down my Cothons. Oh yeah, 2 of them will be finished in 4 turns and this one in 12. Oh, that's nice. That's a really handy road. This is actually even better as a road. So I might put, no, I'll settle for this one because it's got an extra piece of science, but I like a trader that builds roads. I think it's because, oh no, hang on. Traders should be able to go onto sea tiles, right? Yeah, celestial navigation. I don't know why. Normally you'd see a trader taking to the shore, but I guess maybe it's just not the right directional requirements. I don't know. Who knows? No one really knows how traders work. You see a lot of people in the comments and on Reddit explaining very carefully and accurately how traders plot their courses, but really, no one truly knows. It's just a mess. It's just a giant mess. Oh, that's the bottom of the map. Okay, good to know. We are still buying settlers. Do I just want to wait 4 turns though and get a 30% discount using monumentality? It is tempting, so I'll do it. Instead, I'm going to just treat myself a little bit to 1 tile of the cliffs of Dover. That is a lot of extra culture in my empire. A lot of extra culture. That's 50% more, so we can rush through some of our civics now. Oh, that was Sinbad. That was Sinbad. I just found Sinbad. Okay, well, that's definitely somebody that I would like in my empire as soon as I can. Sidon's got 8 production. This is by far the best place to pick this up, so let's get the monument and then we'll work on Sinbad. It's worth it. It is very much worth it. Ethiopia, our first meet outside of my continent. Honor to meet you. Yes, I'd love to sample your hospitality. I'm on 3 cities and 10 pop. Japan has 2 cities and 4 pop. 3 cities and 10 pop for Ethiopia. I'm keeping up with them so far, and and it's like they want to trade me some stuff, which is cool. Done. And there's Georgia. She likes me -9, but that's okay. Where's her capital? Oh, over here. Interesting. She would love my strategics. You know what? Anyone that's willing to buy my stuff can have it. I am open for business. Here is my first Cothon. Boosted cartography. We've boosted state workforce, and look at this. +3, +2. Sinbad will be worked on in my second city. And now I'm thinking, here's the thing. I could use my gold to buy settlers, and I think this is a really, really good idea. But now I've got 50% production bonus on settlers from this card and from the Cothon. I might as well just build them. Use the production in my cities. Is that not the clever thing to do? I think it might be, you know? Yeah, what I'm going to do is use my gold to buy infrastructure. Things like lighthouses, stuff that gets me more food, more housing, more trade routes. My production is going to go into settlers. Now I've got 50% extra. We'll put in the policy card in a couple turns, and I think that's the best way of doing it. Oh, hello, Barbs. I often use my gold to buy settlers, but actually using production that's being boosted, I think that's probably in the longer run much more sensible. My next governor. I still haven't picked any of these. I could go out. The thing is that I like about owls is more trade routes equals more envoys at city-states, and when you get all of the envoys, you get a lot of extra power. Plus the extra government card is always handy. Hermetic Order is just fun. Void Singers, if I'm going for a heavy faith game, I'm probably not today. Sanguine Pact, very good for violence. I think I might take the economic policy slot, you know. It could be the most useful. Oh, what have other people picked? Void Singers and none. Actually, look at that. Ethiopia has just declared friendship, so I don't need to worry about them. Right, let's go owls. I never regret an owls game. We've got urban planning. Let's pop in colonization, and I think we're on to something fun. Yeah, the settlers are going to be working very fast now. Actually, saying that, I do want to get the government plaza down as quick as possible. I'm going to pop it here. We'll use it a little bit later for some fun stuff, and maybe we can get other cities running into this. This will give my Cothon a lot better adjacency, which will work well for the golden age I'm going to go into very soon. There's another spearman. Oh, lovely. I think I'll farm this encampment for a bit. Get a couple of extra troops whilst the twins has 8 turns left on them. That should be fun. So I'm going to make all of my settlers. Yeah, I like that. So instead, I'm going to go free inquiry. I'm going to turn my Cothons into science. Now, at the moment, I'm getting 11 science per turn. All of the adjacency on my harbours, which is +5 at the moment, will be turned into science. So there we go, up to 16 science per turn. That's very tasty. All right, I lost my stolen troop. I feel that was a bad move. Never mind. We've got the wheel from that encampment. The twins will get killed. I'll get a relic. It'll all be fun. And Hong Kong, look at that. That's actually going to give me 2 envoys and some Hong Kong. Nice. Well, in that case, I can bring my ambassador over to Lahore. I'll get another city-state ally. There we go. It's an epic. 2 culture, 2 faith, a little bit of tourism, but more importantly, how much would it sell for? Oh, nothing. No one likes it. It's a terrible epic. As epics go, it's anything but. Persia, Hakmatana, Vietnam, just over there. Okay, time to start putting down some industries, I think. Sugar is definitely this city's industry. He would like the sugar. Oh, Persia would love the sugar. Excellent stuff. Here's political philosophy. Today, I'm going to go Classical Republic because I like having happy cities and I like this array of policies. Diplomatic League goes in. Settlers is still a good one. Urban planning is lovely. Traders are going to start getting me a lot of gold, so we'll go for +4 there. And as much as I like conscription, I'm going to stick with maritime industries for now. Just think it's good to keep building boats at the beginning of the game. You never know when you'll need them. I quite like to go down ambassador. 4 gold and 2 production from trade routes sent to city-states, and that's doubled if I'm their suzerain. I mean, that would be 8 gold and 4 production to every city-state trade route. That's pretty big. I'd also like to go down harbour master because 2 food and 2 production and 2 housing in all coastal cities is really, really good, as well as 25% production towards harbours. That's useful, but I think this is going to give me more for now. Yes, envoys are good, but 1 influence per turn is terrible, so I'd rather get 2 diplomatic favour because at least I can sell that. Ancestral Hall, 50% production towards settlers in this city. That's big. Every luxury I pick up is big business for me. 35 gold per turn for 2 excess luxuries. Yes, go for it. Another industry going down in this city now. Oh, we'll have an industry in my capital very soon as well. Macedon. There you are. Pella. Not far from me either. Buenos Aires. Construct a theatre square. That's a difficult quest to do. Ask for something easier. Go on. Lahore is now mine. Another beautiful city-state on site. And now that my ambassador is stationed there, I'm not going to move them because now I'm getting 2 extra diplomatic favour per turn. I'm on to 6 per turn already. Just waiting for people to actually want to buy it. Still so early in the game. I keep thinking it's way later, but no, we're just racing ahead today. today. All the trade routes over to Hattusa as well. We're going to regret expanding the borders of these city-states quite so much, but honestly, I would rather just have the traders than not. Some more turtles. Again, still selling for a lot of money. Look how many people want to be my friend in this game. This is lovely. Doesn't mean I'm going to be peaceful all game. Don't worry. It's just quite a fun start when you don't have to worry about being attacked on every front simultaneously. And Brunei. We are the first to meet them, apparently. Nice. Akkad, not the first to meet them. Oh, full damage to walls. Oh, for a domination player like myself, it's very tempting whenever you see them. Sinbad. We have Sinbad. Okie dokie. Let's go find some barbarians, shall we? There was some on the underside of this island. Let's go and see if we can spot them again. My first great admiral. Got a bit of a monopoly on these at the moment, which is wonderful, but luckily she powers up Sinbad, so we can go hunting for barbs more powerfully. Just checking in to see how we're doing against the Deity AI. We've got 3 and 17, 3 and 6, 3 and 15, 4 and 13, 4 and 11, 5 and 14, 4 and 10. So Persia with 5 cities already. We've got a settler and a settler almost finished. We'll keep pumping them out, but it's all good. Netherlands, honored to meet you. Yes, we'd love to submit information together about where our capitals are. We've discovered everybody for the first time. I'm just about to discover that the world is round as well. Maybe will I do that this turn? Maybe next turn? Maybe next turn. How much gold is Sinbad going to give me for all of this? 300 a pop. That's not bad. The world is round. Who would have thought? Might encourage a couple of city-states here. So this is like 95 gold for a warrior. I'd happily claim that and force that into a city-state nice and quick because I can trade via the sea to that one. A legion for 262 gold. You know what? I just fancy a legion. That would be awesome. Why not? Haha, a Phoenician legion. Oh, the irony. Yeah, what are you going to do about that, Rome? Eh? Masters of the sea and nothing else, you say? Well, now I can master the land. Namnadol. Namnadol is a priority for me now. That is a really good city-state on any naval map. 2 culture for every district on or next to the coast. That's why Macedon has 60 culture at the moment. That's a lot. Well, I'm sure they're doing other stuff that's really cool, but that's the main reason. Let's be honest. Trade unions, here we go. 4 gold and 2 production from trade routes to city-states. Double if I am the suzerain. If we just have a look at this trade route now. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of production around now. 4 production, 13 gold. All of these traders would be very similar. I've got a settler going up to this area. As we said before, this was a nice little block to stop Japan from getting too far into my bit of the continent. And I've got this settler making their way over to this little island where we've got ivory, citrus, turtle, all within range. I saw something that was totally pointless. A canal through this area to make a +7 industrial zone. These are the sort of things that make me excited. They're not very good, but they're just a lot of fun. Don't mind me when I buy a great scientist. I just fancy the 3 library. Well, it's not 3 if you pay for it, really, is it? But I've got a campus in my capital. Yeah, now that I say it out loud, not very 3 at all. But, I mean, I'm getting almost infinite gold from Sinbad here, so what can you do? Oh, there we go. People are buying my diplomatic favor now. Finally. 52 gold per turn. You know what? I can take that as a deal. That's fine. Sinbad still has 2 charges left, but is absolutely beaten up by this whole process. Like, so many barbs killed. Looking for more boats. Give me more boats. I've actually managed to use Sinbad's gold to get me like 1, 2, 3 settlers on top of the one that I've just built. I've got this one that's being built. I've got this one that's being built. Yeah, it's been quite a turbocharged start. Plus I'm getting 347 gold. Only 187 of that is coming from deals. You know, I'm actually getting my own gold as well, which is quite pleasant. 3 library in my capital, up to 35 science. Excellent. And I can still build settlers for 7 turns, which is faster than I can build my actual district. So I'm going to just keep building settlers until the game like gives me a hard signal that I should stop, because right now I'm not getting that signal. It's just saying settle away. There's so much for you to settle on this map, and I'm thinking, yeah, there is, to be fair. Bermuda Triangle. It doesn't look, unfortunately, like there's anywhere that can be settled around it, which is a shame. I love a Bermuda Triangle city. It's like the holy grail of Civ 6, you know? Finding a city that can work Bermuda Triangle. Oh, is there anything finer? It's difficult to say, but I don't think there is. What will this be? I think this is city number 4. Need to catch up with the AI a little bit, but look, there's extra sugar. This is the sort of thing thing. Definitely helps us to catch up. Oh, the AI is loving luxuries in this game. And I'm hoping all of these bonuses, yeah, look at that. 2 production per turn, and we can still build this in 28 turns. I'm hoping this will be quite an easy harbour build on all of the new cities that I start to put down. And very shortly after that, here, city number 5 that immediately picks up some jade. Do I settle right up against Japan? It's kind of tempting, but it's not a very good spot. So I probably shouldn't. I just keep going around my continent for now. I forget their vision range on settlers. It's just ridiculous. And now city number 6. And this is all in 2 turns. I'm getting all of this. This is awesome. And yeah, I'm just going to keep putting industries down because at the moment I have a pretty decent monopoly on not only admirals, but also merchants, which is brilliant. Oh, and look at that. 12 turn Cothon. Yeah. Brussels is wonder production. Bandar Brunei is extra trading gold. I think I'll take Bandar Brunei for now. But every city-state I gain is an advantage to my empire. And all of my new cities, I'm going to just sit back and buy a few monuments because the actual extra culture is pretty decent. Look at that. There's 4 monuments for 8 culture per turn. That's a huge boost to my empire, and it's shaved a bunch of turns off. I'm just looking for governors as quick as I can, so that's really handy. Sinbad's found more barbarians. Hey, 300 extra gold. Great merchant. Well, you'd be very proud of me, ladies and gentlemen. You'd be very proud of me indeed. Because guess who is just about to start building a commercial hub in a triangle with a harbour? Yep, that's a +5. Got a +3 campus in the north. We're slowly putting infrastructure down around all of my districts. Time for Corvée. Yep, that's right. My capital is actually building a wonder. We're going to try and get Apadana. It's available. It's still there. And I'm tempted. So we're going to give it a go. Oh, I've got to put Sinbad through Bermuda Triangle, haven't I? Yeah, it's too tempting. It's always good fun. Another little settlement on an island. It says it's not loyal, but don't worry about that. I'm sure it will be once you see all of the good things we're going to pop on this island. Construction. That means I can put lumber mills down, which are very exciting. I love a good lumber mill. Now, do I take 5% gold for every city-state I'm suzerain of? I mean, that's quite a lot of gold. So that's 20%. That'll be 80 gold per turn. You know what? Yes. Yes is the answer to that one. I like that idea a lot. Oh, delicious. And my trade routes to city-states are just getting better, and we're getting more and more envoys with them as well. That was 3 envoys in 1. The first one was the quest, which is double to 2, and then I get 1 from the trade route because I'm owls. This is directly south of me now, and that is city number 8. Oh, that's an interesting pronunciation. No vowels and an apostrophe. Whoa. All right, well, I'll leave that one to the experts in the comments as to how would you go about this one. My understanding of the Phoenician language, very simplified. It's obviously not this simple, but very simplified. It's vowels, isn't it? Vowels just don't get written down. They're said, but not written. It's something like that. We'll pretend that I know what I'm talking about. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!